lot of you guys in the comments have wanted to know where Peanut is. You're like, where is he? When's he coming back? What happened to him? A lot of you guys are new to OurCrib, and you don't know about Peanut. You just know, if you watch some of our older vlogs, that we had a dog, Peanut. He was a rat terrier chihuahua. A lot of you guys always ask, what kind of dog was Peanut?
Yeah. I think I know that when I watch other videos of people, when they don't explain something, I get so curious. I'm like, what's going on? Why aren't they there anymore? What happened?
Did he die?
God forbid, no.
That's the number one question you guys ask. But anyway, so we figured today is National Dog Day, and it's a perfect day to explain where Peanut is, if he's coming back, and why he left. If you ask the question, where is Peanut? Peanut currently lives with Carly's parents. Yeah. Who we explain love the dog, are great parents, grandparents.
So much happier.
He's spoiled. He eats like better than human beings. And
when I'm at my parents' house, if I'm in his spot and Peanut is staring at me, they tell me I have to move. I have to give up my spot on the sofa for this dog. Yeah. He has his own chair at the dinner table.
We didn't give you guys the truthful answer of why Peanut's not here. So I guess it's time for us to come clean. And like all vloggers, I think, you guys don't get to see everything. You guys see a lot of our lives, and we share a lot with you, but you don't see all the finer details. So, on a serious note, we want to talk to you about why Peanut's not at our house anymore. We want to come clean, tell you guys everything. And Peanut is a great dog. We just want to first say that.
When we first got Peanut, which I'm sure you guys saw, or you can go see it at Draw My Life with Peanut, when we talked about that whole situation when we got him. Peanut was always like a kind of randy dog. Like I remember when Brian used to play football, and I think I even said this in the Draw My Life. We would take him and around kids, like kids who jump and get all crazy. He would always nip at them. Like he would try to bite them, and
he was a puppy though.
He was a puppy. Okay, understandable. He was a puppy, and he was just so rambunctious. Anyway, Peanut grew up basically at my family's house. Like it was Brian bought the dog for us, but he mainly lived at Brian's dad's house.
Right.
And Brian used to come over all the time, so it was like kind of, I guess, 2 years into our relationship, and pretty much Peanut grew up in my house. My dad was like, I don't ever want a dog. We never grew up having a dog. So this was a huge deal when we got this dog. We basically saved Peanut's life. But we got Peanut. He came into my house. My dad ended up falling in love with him. And my mom, falling in love with him.
Everybody fell in love with Peanut.
You're right.
As Peanut got older, which I guess, what is he now? He's 10?
He's going to be 10.
He's going to be
on April 27.
Yeah. So as Peanut got older, he... What's a good way to put it? He didn't like to be bothered. He didn't like loud noises. 8
years of his life, too, he was the only...
He got all the attention.
It was just him.
And that's the thing, I think, and I'll explain in a second, but as he got older, he wanted to be left alone more. He liked to lay around more. He wasn't as active, like anybody when they get older. But then once we had Eliana, I don't think we saw a change in him, and he loved Eliana. He did, and we made sure that when we had Eliana that he got plenty of attention. He got tons of attention. And I don't think we saw any signs that things were wrong. How old was Eliana?Maybe after about a year old with Eliana, Peanut started showing signs of aggression. I think that's probably the
aggression. I think it was like anxiety.
No, but I think not. Yeah, it wasn't like he would just randomly go and try to attack someone. But I think he was very territorial. He was always territorial, but I think once we had Eliana, he almost like his defense mechanism kicked in, and he was always like, he would always like, basically it's like if you're walking and looking over your shoulder, he's always like nervous and maybe that's a good way to put it. He had anxiety.
Very nervous. He would when Eliana would run around, he would chew on toys like corn. Yeah. I think we even showed you guys.
Chewing on toys, and you saw in the box, if we would push Peanut, or we'd push Eliana in the box, he would go and attack the box because he thought maybe somebody was hurting him. We thought he was just playing and stuff like that. Getting to the seriousness of the matter, we explained to you guys when you guys were wondering where Peanut had gone. We had said, which wasn't exactly a lie, but it wasn't exactly the truth.
I don't remember.
That we said that Peanut had to go move in near her parents because Eliana was too rambunctious
Which is true.
She was rambunctious, but every single kid, and you know us, we're crazy, we jump around, we act wild. You guys see the vlogs every week, so you guys see how we are. But actually what scared us is about when Eliana was 2 years old, Peanut bit her in the face. And it was pretty bad, and we didn't show you guys because we didn't really want to put it out there. She had to go to the emergency room,
But And I will say, and no dog should ever bite, but she had food in her hand, and that was probably our mistake, letting her walk around with food. And she was holding it like this. She had a banana, holding it. And for all he knows, she might have been teasing him. And I truthfully, I mean, like the vet told us, listen, if he wanted to maliciously hurt your child, he could have. Like, we think he just went to grab. It happened so fast.
I don't know.
He just went to grab the banana.
I had different views, but I mean, that's my thing. I think he, like we said, he gets very territorial around food, and maybe she was near him with the banana, and she was right there. But maybe he bit her in the face. It was a pretty bad bite. Yeah. We had to take her to the emergency room. I don't think she needed stitches, but she needed some type of suture.
She needed antibiotics.
Your first reaction as a parent is, oh my God, like some animal, like even though it's Peanut and he was like a family member, some animal bit my child. Yeah. So like we were freaking out.
Peanut was so upset.
Peanut was upset. You could tell because
he was shaking. Like he knew he did something wrong.
Yeah.
Thanks. You want me a Coke?
Oh, you a Coke?
You ever heard that?
No.
Anyway, so he knew. So anyway, we talked about it. We forgave him. We were gonna take him to like a behavioral analyst so someone could like observe his behavior.
Yeah, like a dog whisperer.
Yeah, because we told them how he chews on like nibbles on toys, and they were like, yeah, your daughter's probably like a little bit too much. He's that breed. His breed is like
his breed can be aggressive and territorial, like Chihuahuas. If you look it up online, and we never really considered that before we picked that breed of dog, and that's not really an excuse because you can have pit bulls have a bad reputation, and that doesn't mean anything. They can be the nicest dogs. So that really doesn't mean anything. But the thing that kind of scared us with Peanut is in the state of Pennsylvania, if someone goes to the emergency room and reports that they were bitten by a dog, so they go in for a dog injury, it goes on the dog's record. It's like I don't know, like robbing a bank. It goes on your record as a human, but for dogs it goes on the record. Now in Pennsylvania, if a animal attacks a human being twice, the state can come in and put the dog down. They can euthanize the dog and kill the dog. So we got very scared by that just for Peanut's sake. And of course, because now we have Eliana.
And they called, remember they called and asked us a zillion questions.
And they were even the state, they were worried about the dog, remember? They were because they thought us, like, we would, like, want to try to hurt the dog or kill the dog because we have this, they thought maybe we were angry because of what happened. But anyway, so that happened. We moved past it. It still scared us. And that's where we had to make the hard decision to say, hey, maybe Peanut for a little bit should go live with Carly's parents. We let him live with Carly's parents for a month. And some of you guys were like, where is he? And we're like, he's come back. So Peanut came back. But then one day, about maybe she was a year and a half, or maybe, I don't remember how old she was.
This was last April.
Last April. She was playing on the floor with some toys, and I don't know what happened. Peanut must have got nervous or something, went down and bit her on the foot.
Not bad.
Not bad. It wasn't like her face. It wasn't like her face, but bit her on the foot. She started crying. We saw the mark on her foot, and that's when we were like, you know what, this is getting really serious. We have to figure something out. Like, it's hard to have to give your dog up, especially when it's like a family member. But
and people are gonna probably think we're horrible. No matter what, you guys are gonna.
Yeah, but
some of you will think that we're terrible. But this was our decision: either keep him, which we would love, and he'd have to stay in our bedroom, not locked away, but like with a baby gate. Stay in our bedroom till she went to bed, and then let him out. Right. What kind of life is that for him?
Yeah, and it's not like, and with kids, or you sacrifice your kids and you don't let them roam around, or kids are free, and as much as you want to watch your kids and keep an eye on them, you can't handcuff your kids when they're in your house. You just can't do it. So we didn't have that option. So that was the second time. So we said, all right, this is getting serious. We need to think of something. We kept holding on, like he's going to get better. We try to train him, like teach him, and we try to teach Eliana to stay away from him. Don't go near the dog. Don't go near Peanut. Keep your distance. But it's tough to teach a 2-year-old that. After that second time, we just didn't want to take any chances anymore. So that's where we said, we knew Carly's parents were like going to be all excited, like, yeah, we'll take them. So we called them up and said, hey, I think we need to let Peanut stay there till Eliana gets older. So then we knew Lucas was coming along. And we said, all right, well, now we're going to have another youngster in the house. And we just didn't want to put Luke in harm's way.
Or him to have that pressure.
Yeah, or just get even worse, because now he's got 2 crazy kids running around the house. So that's where we made the decision to have Peanut stay at Carly's parents' house for a good amount of time. So the question kind of stays is Peanut coming back? and we don't have an answer. We don't know. Obviously, Peanut's almost 10 years old.
We miss him.
We do miss him. I think about him all day, even like the rainy days where we used to just lay on him and stuff.
Sleeping with us.
He would just always snuggle up with us. So we do miss him really bad.
He probably would not even want to come back with us.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. But
truthfully, don't even think.
I think he misses us though. I do. He misses you guys, I bet. But yeah, so we don't know. We don't know if he's gonna come back or not. Maybe when Luke gets a little bit older, and we feel like we have like control to where they will listen and stay away, you know, and give him his space. I mean, he's an older dog, and he's just like a grumpy old man, like that movie that he came out long time.
And we miss him. We miss him so much, and we see him all the time. Yeah. We don't always vlog that we're with him, but we see him a lot. The funny thing is, this is the best part of all.
What?
My nephew, who's going to be 3 soon. Last year, I guess in the beginning of the year, September, he was biting kids. And my dad would always say, my nephew, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My nephew, Dylan. And my dad would be like, Dylan, you better stop biting. You're going to have to live with me, Poppy. And that was funny. That was like the inside joke. Yeah. We did what was best for our kids and what was best for Peanut.
Yeah, for both, yeah. So I know, and that's the thing. I mean, some people are animal lovers, and we're an animal lover.
Oh my God!
But I think unless you have kids and understand the situation, like when
I would never remember.
When your child's, I know you said you would never get rid of Peanut.
I said my kid's ever allergic. Sorry.
Before we had kids, I had a worker I worked with, and he had his first daughter, and his daughter had an allergy that was allergic to dogs or pets. And they literally had to get rid of the dog. And I remember telling you that, and you're like, I would never get rid of the dog. I'm like, well, what are you doing? To get rid of your kid? Like, so, but it's just a crazy thing. We never thought we'd be in this position, but it happens. And when you have a family, you kind of, you know, as much as animals are an important part of your life, your kids come first, your family comes first, and the safety of your family. So that's why we had to make this really hard decision. I hope you guys understand, and hopefully this is some closure for you guys to, if you guys are wondering where Peanut is, when he's coming back, is he okay? We're still going to vlog when we're over at Carly's parents' house. We'll show you how he's doing. And again, maybe he'll come back in a few years, maybe a few months. I don't know. Well, guys, that is the story of Peanut. That's where he's at. He's in good hands. No worries. We'll try to show you guys this whenever we see him again, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to your parents' house soon? You vlog?
And they never go out, by the way, because of him. So he always has company 24/7.
He's a spoiled dog.
I'm going to go there soon, yeah.
Okay, so we'll show you guys some of Peanut soon. You guys can check in on him. Again, we apologize if you guys miss him. But now I'm glad that you guys know the full story. And hopefully you guys can understand our decision and
support it.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. We're going to have another vlog coming out on Friday. Hopefully you guys have a good week. And we'll see you guys right here next time.
At OurCrib.
What are you guys doing? You guys watching some YouTube videos or something? Boo boo. Boo boo. You watching now? This is our Sunday morning right here, you guys. Sunday. What are you guys doing? What's that? You say dada? Dada. Dada. Hey.